chapter 1 or 2, I believe, and asks Peter and James and John for to let them know, I'm going to preach to the Gentiles, okay? And I know you're going to the Jews, but I'm letting you know so that we won't have clash heads or there won't be no strife between us. I'm going. Peter said, yeah. James and John said, go ahead. We'll approve of this. Had God not come to Peter, his mindset would not have changed. He would have affected Paul. There would have been a war broken out in the church. Jews versus Gentiles. Paul versus Peter. But God said, no, put it right here and stop it. Paul, I'm going to stop it, Peter. Got a historic mindset. Let's turn to John. Yeah, I'm turning on a few switches on. I think it's very important for you to visualize some of the things I talk about. John chapter 1. John 3 chapter 1. John 3 verse 1. John chapter 3 verse 1. There was a man of the Pharisees named Nicodemus, a ruler of the Jews. This man came to Jesus by night and said to him, Rabbi, we know that you are a teacher come from God. For no one can do these signs that you do unless God is with him. So, Nicodemus withdrew himself from his comfort zone. He snuck out at night to come meet Jesus. And to say, no man has ever done this, save God be with him. He left his comfort zone at night. He couldn't sleep, he couldn't rest. Something was bothering him inside, and he said, I gotta see and know who this Jesus is. I saw him speak, talking in synagogues, and his wisdom is great. And he withdrew himself from a comfort zone of being a religious good leader. He wasn't a sinner. He was a religious leader. He wasn't a sinner. Compared to them, he wasn't a sinner. But he left his comfort zone. He stepped out by faith and snuck through the night to meet Jesus. And to say no one can do these things that you do unless God is with them. Some of you tonight, God are asking you to withdraw yourself from your comfort zone. Go across the street and tell that person hi. And introduce yourself. Go and tell that person sorry that you hurt them. Go and help that couple with their bags. Go and do a favor for someone. Get out of your comfort zone. Get out of that shyness. Get out of that fear. Get out of it. Because listen, God's coming. When He comes in life, He comes to shake things up. Not to keep it all neat and nice and tight. No. He wants us to get out of our comfort zone to do His work. He gave us the great commission to preach the gospel. Go tell them about Jesus. To tell them about the Messiah. And all that He's done for you. Get out of your comfort zone. Withdraw yourself. Nicodemus went at night. He went at night. He wanted nobody to see him. But he still went. He withdrew himself. God is asking some of y'all tonight to withdraw yourselves from your comfort zone. Because He has something for you. Tell someone about Christ. Let's turn to Galatians chapter 1, verse 15. Galatians 1:15. Galatians 1:15. And it reads, But when it pleased God, who separated me from my mother's womb and called me through His grace, to reveal His Son in me that I might preach Him among the Gentiles, I did not immediately confer with flesh and blood, nor did I go up to Jerusalem to those who were apostles before me, but I went to Arabia and returned again to Damascus. Then after 3 years I went up to Jerusalem to see Peter and remained with him 15 days. Paul says, God withdrew me, separated me from my mother's womb because I had a purpose to preach unto the heathens, unto the Gentiles. Christ preached to the Jews and done the word, but He knew that Paul was needed to preach to the Gentiles and give them the word. Paul wrote the majority of the New Testament. If God had not withdrew Paul from his mother's womb and a miscarriage happened, or something like that happened, Paul would not be able to do such a great work, to give us such great knowledge. God separated him from his mother's womb. When you came out your mother's womb, God was letting you know, I have a great thing for you to do. Don't worry about if flesh and blood going to accept you. I mean, that means man. Because I have a thing for you. When you came out your mother's womb, I said, I have a purpose for you. No matter black, white, crippled, birth defects, no matter if you're sick in your body, I said, I have a purpose for you. But he had to separate you and withdraw you from out of your mother's womb. That when you came in the world, he already had a plan, purpose for you to do. Just like Paul, preached to the Gentiles. We read in Luke chapter 22, verse 47 to 48. We meet a man named Judas who betrays Jesus. And Christ, he says to him, you're going to betray me, Judas, and woe unto you, woe unto that man that betrays me. For it would be better off had he been dead. Had he been dead. Christ knew that Judas was going to betray him, but he wanted Judas to withdraw himself from committing wrong actions. He wanted him to withdraw himself from committing suicide. He knew he was going to betray him, because it said that when he ate of the bread, the devil entered him. And that when he realized that he had innocent blood in his hands, he threw the money back and they did not receive it. And then he went to go hang himself. Some of you feel guilty for what you have done. You have a different mindset to what you have done. And you want to take it all back. God's saying, if you can't take it all back, the person doesn't want to forgive you. Nothing is going right. Don't go hurt yourself. Don't kill yourself with liquor and alcohol. Don't kill yourself with drugs. Don't kill yourself with those cancer stick called cigarettes. Don't kill yourself by sitting and moping around having depression, taking painkillers. Don't hurt yourself or kill yourself because of the action you have done. We all human, we all make mistakes, we all fall short of God's glory. And had Judas asked God for forgiveness, he would have begun to live. But Christ said, woe unto you who done this, had I been born for you. Not that what Judas did was wrong. He betrayed Christ, but all of us betrayed Christ. But Judas killed himself. And Christ is making it clear, woe unto you had you not been born. Because he knew for certain that Judas was going to kill himself, but he didn't want him to kill himself. He wanted him to ask for forgiveness. Don't do bad things to kill yourself because guilt is controlling you. Withdraw yourself from them actions, them thoughts of killing yourself. 1 Samuel 18:6-7, Saul began to get jealous of David because of the praise that David gets, and God wants him to withdraw himself from that jealousy. God was reminding Saul every day, David's the only one that can remove this evil spirit from you by the music that he plays into me. And you're trying to kill him over 20 times. We're hurting those who is helping us with our issues. We're biting the hand that feeds us because they're getting more praise than us. They get more recognition than us. God said, withdraw yourself from there. Don't worry about that. Worry about what's with you. I put you in a position. Worry about it. He was king. He was so worried about a young man who was ordained king, but not yet. And God said, don't worry about other people's positions, because those you are trying to hurt and trying to kill are those who is helping you. Those you gossiping about, being talebearers about, those you have a grudge against, they are the ones who are helping you. And without their help,